Human evolution can be kind of confusing, especially when you look at all the fossils of the hominids. Starting with Australopithecus anamensis, the oldest Australopithecine, also lived alongside Afarensis in the later part of its existence. It's known from a few postcranial bones, a jaw, and more recently a partial skull was discovered. The Littlefoot skeleton is the most complete Australopithecine skeleton ever found. It's not clear what species it belonged to. It may have been Afarensis or Africanus, or maybe neither. Afarensis is best known from the Lucy fossil, but there are other fossils like the Big Man, which is about a 5-foot Australopithecine. Then there's the Salem child, which is has a mostly complete skull, along with a lot of postcranial remains. Then there's Australopithecus africanus, which has some skulls preserved, as well as a spine and hips. Then there's Zediba, which is known from 2 specimens, 2 partial skeletons. Then there's Homo habilis, which is known from some postcranial remains and some skulls. Then Homo erectus is probably the best known of all of these besides Neanderthalensis. It spanned from Africa to Asia and into Europe. In the early part of its evolution, it had a relatively small brain capacity, but as it progressed, it had an almost human-sized brain. It existed for more than 1 million years, and it's so varied that some people think they're different species, but really they're just probably one species with a lot of variation. Homo naledi existed relatively recently, alongside Homo erectus and Homo neanderthalensis. It had features of both Homo and Australopithecines. And finally, Neanderthals, probably the best known one. They lived alongside modern humans, Homo sapiens. And they were very similar, but we've been able to sequence their DNA, or much of it, and they differed from us by 202 base pairs, so they weren't human, as many people try to claim. Anyway, it's kind of a confusing web of fossils.